pinnacle of an F1 driver's career is to win the Formula 1 World Championship. For most, however, that dream is never quite realised and they move on to new horizons. But what do drivers do after Formula 1? Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Joe Tyrrell and welcome back to GP Blog. With Jenson and Kimi Raikkonen both heading over to Nascar recently, it got us thinking, what do Formula 1 drivers do after they leave the top tier of motorsport? There's so many career paths out there, and some have gone on to forge careers as pundits, team owners, and even become world champions. Today we're going to be taking a look into what some of the big names in the world of motorsport have gone on to do in life after Formula 1. We'll start with Kimi Raikkonen and Jenson since we mentioned them just now. Kimi actually left F1 all the way back in 2010, having not secured a seat for the 2010 season. He'd skipped the 2010 and 11 seasons, instead competing in the World Rally Championships with limited success. Kimi returned in 2012 with Lotus before joining Ferrari and then Alfa Romeo. He has now retired from Formula 1 and had ventured into NASCAR, where he recently went up against Jenson just last weekend. The pair finished in the midfield, despite Raikkonen being within touching distance of the podium places midway through the race. For Button, on the other hand, it marked the latest chapter in his post-F1 career. Having initially stepped back at the end of 2016, he returned just for the 2017 Monaco Grand Prix in place of Fernando Alonso, who was racing the Indy 500. His last race saw him involved in one of the more bizarre crashes in F1 history with Pascal Wehrlein. If you've not seen it, I suggest you go and have a look. He's since gone on to do punditry. He was a senior advisor for Williams. He's raced in other series around the world, including Super GT and the 24 Hour of Le Mans in 2018. However, more uniquely, he's gone on to compete in Ironman triathlons. Believe it or not, in 2017, he was disqualified from a race for going too fast during the cycling part of the race. Is that even possible? Every driver wants to be the best in Formula 1, but it's not always possible. However, a lot of drivers go on to forge very good careers elsewhere, and some can still call themselves world champions. Formula E is awarded as a world championship, but it was once seen as a place for old F1 drivers, especially in the early days, a bit like how the MLS is seen for footballers in Europe. All of the Formula E champions have previously raced in Formula 1, apart from Antonio Felix da Costa in 2019-20. In fact, Nick de Vries is actually the only one to go the other way, winning Formula E before joining F1. World Championship status was only officially awarded ahead of the 2020-21 season, which means Stoffel van Dorn and Nick de Vries can call themselves world champions despite never quite making it to the top of F1. So we've spoken about some other classes drivers have gone on to compete in, but what about when racing comes to an end altogether? Well, Mika Salo and Enrique Bernaldo have gone on to become Formula 1 race stewards, taking their experience on the track and trying to make a difference with decisions off it. The role of the stewards is a varying one, but its main focus is to ensure that rules are being followed, and we all know how complicated the F1 rules are, so it's fair to say they've got their work cut out. This seems to be a less popular career path post-racing, perhaps because it comes with such intense scrutiny. Niki Lauda is a legend of Formula 1 and is best known for some incredible moments on track. However, he got up to quite a lot away from Formula 1. After his second retirement in 1985, he returned to running his own airline, Lauda Air. Yes, that's right, Niki Lauda had his own airline. He described running it as harder than winning 3 Formula 1 World Championships. Pretty cool if you ask me, and the airline eventually merged with Austrian Airlines. Lauda also wrote 5 books, so it's fair to say he got up to quite a lot after F1. Now, a few special mentions. At the ripe old age of 50, Giancarlo Fisichella is still running around in Pro-Am GT3 championships. Antonio Giovinazzi has left F1, become a Formula E backmarker, and is now racing for Ferrari in LMDH, all while still being linked with an F1 seat. But probably my favourite of them all, Jaime Alguersuari, is a DJ. So from racing in other classes and becoming world champion to running an airline, it's far from the end when racers leave F1. In total, there have been 774 drivers in F1, so that's a lot of careers. But if you know of any other unique career paths post F1, drop them in the comments down below. But more importantly, like this video and subscribe. But from me, I'll see you next time.